The alien ambassador's final warning was clear: do not decrypt the archives. But when the data stream flickered to life on my screen, showing a star map with Earth labeled as Subject 7 contained, I realized our entire history was a diplomatic lie. My name is Lena Vance, and in 5 minutes I have to walk into that treaty renewal ceremony and pretend I don't know that humanity's greatest achievement, first contact, was a staged intervention. My hands won't stop shaking. The weight of this secret feels like a physical pressure in my chest, a ticking bomb wrapped in starlight and betrayal. If they find out what I've seen, the fragile peace of the last century and a half shatters. But the real question, the one that's freezing the blood in my veins, is what were we contained from? The Concordia station hums around me, a sleek, sterile monument to the alliance that grounded us. Through my quarters viewport, the swirling blue of Sirius B casts an eerie light, glinting off the alien spires of the diplomatic sector. This place was built to make us feel small, to remind us we're guests in a galaxy that stopped inviting us further. I was the youngest human ever appointed to the Concordia delegation, a poster child for peaceful coexistence. I believed in the treaty. I believed the VHEL, our alien benefactors, saved us from our own reckless ambition. Now, the file on my screen calls that belief a quarantine order. I tap my comm, my voice a strained whisper. Kael, we need to talk, now. Ambassador Kael, the ancient VHEL diplomat who has shepherded humanity since first contact, is my mentor. Or he was. His response is immediate, a low rumble devoid of its usual warmth. Diplomat Vance, the pre-ceremony briefing is in 23 minutes. All queries can be addressed then. This isn't a query, I insist, my eyes locked on the damning label Subject 7. It's about the probe data. The real data, not the sanitized logs in the public archive. The line goes silent for 3 heartbeats. Where are you? He finally asks. I meet him in Observation Nexus 4, a transparent blister on the station's hull usually reserved for meditative stargazing. It's empty now. Kael is a silhouette against the starfield, his tall, slender frame seeming to absorb the light. His multifaceted eyes reflect 1,000 pinpricks of Sirius. He doesn't turn as I enter. You accessed a restricted stream, he states, his voice like stone grinding against stone. A juvenile act of curiosity with galactic consequences. You lied to us, I fire back, the fear in my gut hardening into anger. The treaty isn't about protecting us from ourselves. It's a cage. What's out there, Kael? What are you so afraid we'll find? He turns slowly. In the cold light, his aged, leathery face looks impossibly weary, etched with a guilt I've never seen before. You think in such simple terms. Cage, freedom. You have no concept of what true freedom in this cosmos entails. He steps closer, his voice dropping. The Great Filter is not a philosophical theory for graduate seminars, Lena. It is a medical term, a quarantine protocol. The word hangs in the air between us, cold and absolute. My mind races. A disease. A cosmic pathogen. What kind of quarantine? He ignores the question. Your species has a unique signature, a resonance in your neural activity, your early radio waves. It is loud, and it is recognizable. Recognizable to who? The question escapes as a breath. Kael's gaze shifts past me into the deep black. We discovered it long before we ever made official contact. A probe sent beyond the galactic rim where the stellar winds grow thin and old light tells terrible stories. It heard a whisper, a pattern. We traced it back. He produces a small data crystal from within his robes. It glows with a sickly, intermittent green. This is the only surviving fragment. The probe was destroyed moments after transmission. What it recorded was not a discovery, it was a confirmation. He inserts the crystal into a wall port. A holodisplay sputters to life, filled with static and corruption. It shows a star field, a navigation log. The computer tags familiar constellations, Orion, Cygnus, and there in the center a pulsing marker. Earth, but the timestamp in the corner isn't from 150 years ago, it's from over 1,000. And next to our planet's marker, a string of VHEL text scrolls, signal source identified, catalogued. The message repeats, a ghostly echo from the void. Then another line, barely legible through the digital decay, response detected. Origin, unknown vector. My breath catches. They heard us. 1,000 years ago, something heard our earliest whispers into the dark, and it responded. Kael nods, a gesture of profound defeat. We did not stop your exploration to be cruel. We built a wall of lies to protect you from a door that was already open. Your history is not your own, Lena. You were never alone.